Hi, it's Diane with Diane and Danny at home, ready to share. Happy birthday, America. I have my decorating for the 4th ready to show you. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and God bless. Well, I'm finally ready to share. Thank you. Again, this is Diane with Diane and Danny. I have my mantle and some tablescapes, indoor, outdoor. Start with my mantle. Of course, I had to bring back the stars of the show from last year, and that's George and Martha. If you recall, if any of you watched it, I used them last year on my dining table. And they were found in SoCal, California. I believe it's in still SoCal that way. And this is Attila's Antiques. And I had looked at them and thought about it, and I thought, I don't know. And I waited a couple months, and they were still there, and I decided to buy them. And I'm really glad I did. I think I paid like $45 maybe, 35, 45, somewhere in that neighborhood. But I really like them. I think the details in the clothing is just beautiful. And then we have some Uncle Sam's here. This is a wooden one. I was trying to remember where I bought him, but I really honestly don't remember. I've had him for a while. Probably Goodwill, I'm thinking maybe. Anyway, he's super cute. He sits really well. He's well behaved there on the shelf. I think he's cute. His head comes off, so you can move it in different directions. And he's made of wood. And this guy is a tin Uncle Sam. Again, my memory does not remember where I bought him. I might have got him with Rosa. She sold me a bunch of Americana items years ago. And then my star that I like to bring out at Christmas or for 4th of July. And of course, my flags. I have to have those. And then I brought this just recently at Rosa's, this beautiful silver container. I think it's gorgeous. I guess she would have faux flowers in it by her fireplace. I think it's really pretty. I think that's where I remember seeing it. Well, close to her fireplace. And then some fans, some paper fans. You can see the reflection there in the mirror. And then there's the handle. I wanted to show you the pretty handle of the container. I'm sure this kind of container has a name, but I don't know what it's called. A vessel of some sort. I need to research things. I apologize. It's always so rushed. And then I have my burlap I like to put out, and a cloth that's, the decorations of the flag. It's not an actual flag, it's just a cloth. And there in the back, we have a Uncle Sam bank. And that I bought from Esther at one of her sales. She was at some sort of parking lot sale type thing. I have always liked these banks. I think they're pretty cool looking. Back to go over there, and then I have my bunting. It's really strange. I couldn't find all my bunting, but here we go. It's a little bit more modern than I wanted to use, but it's okay. Here's another Uncle Sam. I bought an aroma stay, which is coming up soon. And then since we're having a birthday of 250 years, I thought, why not do a birthday cake, a faux birthday cake? I had this cake and I repainted it and added some strawberries and some, for my topper, I put this beautiful hot air balloon, and that is from Home Goods. I thought it was really pretty, and Kathleen's like, just grabs it and puts it in the cart. And in there we have Betsy Ross and the nurse, Nightingale. Nurse Nightingale. Which I thought, well, let's get some women in this important celebration here. Isn't that cute? And those sparkly strawberries and some festooning. And then we have the Dresden, the gold Dresden, and a little bit of silver on there. I like the silver and the gold. So I thought that was kind of fun, and I put the fairy lights on it just because it's a little dark. It's a little dark in that area. And then this is Uncle Sam that C gave me. We're representing a lot of people here. And then just the ribbon, some patriotic ribbon, and the red lights I brought out. I usually use those at Christmas. So there we go. Up on the top, I have some of those papers that you twist, and then some fans. And then we have the beading across the mirror. And as I move to the side, here's that sign that I like to bring out every year. And this sign is the one I got at Ross for like 79 cents or something ridiculous like that. And I purposely put that sign on top, One Nation Under God, because I think sometimes people forget about that. We are one nation. And then I put some flags with my moss balls there. And here on this bunting, I have a dove. The dove I like. I love these doves. I don't find very many of them. And then this is the wreath I bought just recently at the Watsonville High School fundraiser, scholarship fundraiser. And then on this ribbon, I wrote the words peace and love, because we all want peace. I'm praying for peace in our country and our world. And then the gold frame. That's a gold frame I bought at a yard sale. Kind of just been hanging out in the garage, but it's doing a good duty right now. Okay. And then going past that, I think. The lights. Here's my tree. And I'm always frustrated because I can't capture a good image of the tree. But this is the white skinny tree that I like to use at Christmas time. And I decided to go with the skinny tree because we'll have people over and I don't want it to be so crowded. And there's my topper. Now these decorations again are from Rosa years back. I have a few of these guys. I call them my ZZ Top toppers. They look like ZZ Top. Anyway, and this eagle, this I bought at Hope Thrift last year or 2 years ago. God bless America. And this ribbon was just the recent purchase. The white ribbon and the pretty red. The flag ribbon, I believe was this year, or maybe it was last year I bought. And that was at a sale. It was that barn sale. Or brand new. And different ornaments. There's our Uncle Sam and our flag. And there's the beading that I talked about. And the firecracker. There we got our eagle. And I just tied a simple little bow on there. But I think this ribbon's really pretty. I really love this red ribbon, and I added some white and blue and put bows. And I did that towards the bottom, just the bottom around it. Can't really tell, but I like the way it came out. I think the tree came out really pretty. It just doesn't show real well. And I just put some things on the paper flag ribbon. And some more of that Oh, the bunting on the stair rail. And then this little sign that I like to bring out, because it always reminds me of my mom's cursive, God bless America. I'm glad they bring cursive back because they stopped teaching it in some of the public schools. It's important. And that was a good view of that, the beads. Trying to show you a close-up of the items on there. I really like this tree. It's really nice. It folds up really easy. I mean, comes apart really easy. It's not heavy. It fits in a lot of places. I recommend a pencil tree, especially if you don't have a lot of room. Going back to the mantle, and then on my little coffee table, I have these little cuties. The bear, the Liberty Bear, Marie picked up from Ross this year. And the bunny was the one that I found, well, I should say Zenaida found at Goodwill and said, look. And I grabbed, picked it up and put it in the basket. She was looking out for me. She always does. Anyway, that's what I did for the living room. Next, I have my dining room coming up. So there it is with the twinkle lights. Here's my dining room. I decided to use that beautiful cloth that I shared on that haul from Rose's daughter's yard sale. This is kind of a quick, or somewhat quick overview of what I did. And I'll show more detail. I left the light on. Seemed like it was okay. Hopefully it shows well. And see this blue cloth I just fell in love. Kathleen spotted it while I was in the Christmas boxes. This is such a pretty color, this blue. And I just really love toile, so that's why she picked it out, all the different toile that she found. If you didn't see, it was my last haul. I had shared all the items we got, most of them. Here's the table setting. Now I couldn't decide between the red or the blue plates, so I went with both. And here we see the same Uncle Sam we saw on the tree. And then I'm using a bandana as a napkin. I just love the pop of color. And then this bow is some of the material we bought, and I just shredded to make little ties. And there's that beautiful plate that Zenaida bought for me. I think it's some Liberty plate. It's Liberty Blue. She surprised me with these, and she bought those in Prunedale in a little thrift shop there. They're so beautiful. And then for my flatware, of course, I used my, why do I always forget the name of it? Country Roses. And there we have the Avon glass from Hope Thrift and milk glass, and that is from Esther's Sales. She sells yard sales and vintage fairs and fundraiser fairs. And then I also bought those stacking plates. I glued them down from her. I glued them together to make a tier tray. And then I have my drummer boy there. Here's the red side, the red plate with the blue bandana. And Uncle Sam. And when you turn it around, let's see, I believe it's a Johnson brother. Yes, Old Britain castles. It's really pretty. One side says, by appointment to Her Majesty the Queen, manufacturers of ceramic tableware. And the other side says, by appointment to H.M. Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, manufacturers of ceramic tableware. Wow. Anyway, it's a pretty plate, and I really like that. And I put the blue on there just to kind of be the opposite of the other one, the other setting. And again, back to my middle little centerpiece there. I have the paper flag, again, some milk glass, and the beads that were on the tree. And then my horse, my wooden horse, it actually fell apart. He has the other side to him, but I would need to weld it, and that's not going to happen. So I just wired him up so he wouldn't fall down. And this gathering of flags, which I have quite a few of them on the tree, I put them in the frog there to hold them up, to make them stand. And then my pretty candles, of course. And this little guy, he's sleeping on the job. So I didn't give him to me. And the backside of the horse. Oh no. And then, of course, I have to have my teddy bear. And we have our celebration hats, our birthday hats, and they're poppers. And this guy's riding his bicycle. He has his fireworks ready to go, his little brown package. And behind these chairs it says freedom. And then here we have our Betsy Ross in the glass. And she's with these cute bottle brush trees. God bless America and liberty. And we also have some more paper ribbon up there. And then looking at the fans and another bow, that pretty American flag ribbon and that pretty red ribbon. And these wired containers I just hung up there and put the flags in them. You can see my chandelier that's back there. And I also used the ticking fabric and tied that beautiful ribbon again. I love that red ribbon. That's the one I bought at the yard sale. I showed in my haul. Originally, I just thought about Christmas, but Valentine's Day. And then, of course, I had to bring out my Cupid doll. She's so cute. I love her. She's from Niles, California. And she's from the 30s. And then I have my tree. I always think of this tree for 4th of July because of reminds me of the fireworks at night. It's funny, my sister does not like this tree, Kathleen. She does not like it. Anyway, here's another pretty red bow. Again, I didn't change the secretary, what's in there. I just added a wreath that I bought at Goat Hill. Those were the wreaths that were a different one for every month. I just bought July. And are my lovely ladies wearing her hat, her voting hat. And then this cute little image, God bless America. Very sweet. And then a back overview. just starting to get dark. It's been really cloudy. Although the day I'm doing the voiceover, it's really nice. And up here I have more of that ticking fabric, more of the American flag ribbon, some of that faux flowers that I like to use from Michael's, and then my pictures, my white stoneware pictures. I was hoping my hydrangeas would come out, but they haven't come out, not the white ones yet. Pink ones have, but not my white ones. Anyway, and then just this ribbon across my curtain. One last spin around. Hope I don't make you guys dizzy. And I'm thinking of taking that black item down. I've had it there for a long time and putting a mirror there instead. And here's my teddy. I have a bunch of those hats that he's wearing. A lot of them, they're ornaments, but they actually have Christmas ivy on them. It's a Christmas ornament. And there's this little box. And that's the tray I bought recently at the yard sale, Rosa's daughter's yard sale. I bought so many items. And here's the front side of my pretty horse. Not sure. I'm thinking it's probably from Rosa Oslo. So I've had it for a while. It's very, very cute. And of course, a Dollar Tree star. And you can see the milk glass better. Again, I glued those pieces together so I could have a tier tray. And my drummer boy from Hobby Lobby. I've had him a while now. And the milk glass candle holders are also from Esther, I believe. I bought a lot of my milk glass from her. And one more picture. And here we are in the dark. And then I just wanted a few shots of going back and looking at our cute little Betsy Ross there. And back to the wreath. Welcome to my backyard. This is a charming little tablescape here with Cupies. I have to say thank you to Zenaida for providing me. She gave me these cute little Cupid dolls. They are bisques. I think they're very fragile, so I was really nervous to kind of use them. But anyway, I put them under this cloche. They're super cute. I tied a little ribbon around their little bottoms just in case anyone was offended. Use the pinstriped cloth that we picked up, and also had the Holly Hoppy plates from Zenaida. I bought those at the mega price, as she calls it. And it's called the Freedom Series. It's from 1776 to 1976 is what she's honoring here in these pictures, in these plates. And then this cute little chicken feeder, I used the ribbon, this paper ribbon that I bought from Rosa and a long time ago. And her daughters, I bought the chicken feeder recently. And the second plate is really charming. It's a grand old day, and she's flying her kite. I wish I had time to make some kites for being happy. Isn't that cute? Super cute. And then, of course, I used the red charger and the stars glasses. And here's another cutie that Zenaida gave me. She gave me that, last Christmas, I think? Or last 4th of July? One of those holidays. And then I have this cute towel. That might even be from Zenaida, that cute little towel. And then I had this flag I bought from a yard sale a couple years ago, and then the heart. It's super windy today, so I put the heart down to hold that flag. And I also wanted to show you the orb. You can't really see it very well. I moved it back there because the birds love to sit on it. That is one I bought from the yard sale for the girls, Rose's daughters, Christina and Sandra. They dug it out of the dirt for me. They're so sweet. Anyway, back to the table. On the other side, we have this other plate that's super cute too. And that's friends can put stars in your eyes and a song in your heart. Isn't that super cute? I remember Holly Hobby growing up. We had this embroidery project that we just couldn't get it done. My mom said, "We're not buying you a new one until you finish it." Of course, we never did. I wish I still had it. And then I had this cute strawberry salt and pepper. And I use the strawberries because inside I have strawberries on frozen strawberries on the cake. And then here we have this hooray for the red, white, and blue, and for friendships warm and true. Boy, sometimes my words just get stumbled and mumbled. And here we have a cute Betsy Clark button again from Zenaida. America, you're beautiful. Isn't that super cute? I grew up with that one too. And here's another cute bee. I like the side-eye glance that she gives. Super cute. Cute little babies there. So that's what I decided to do outside. Like I said, thank you, Zenaida, for all these cute items. And Kathleen for the cloth. It's beautiful. It's a lovely day. It's windy, but it's still a lovely day. And I'm so glad you joined us for this time. I know it's getting really close to the 4th of July. I'm looking forward to it. My stepdaughter and her boyfriend, first time to meet him, are coming. And here's another look at the little dolls, how cute they are, so close. They're kind of peekabooing together. Like I said, never lose your little girl heart. Here we go. Super cute items. And then a dollhouse. I have this dollhouse. Well, it's actually Kathleen's, but I kind of switched it out. It was Christmas, so I got rid of the snow, got some green grass, changed it out a little bit. Look how cute this is, though. Cute little dog there in the stairway. And then this charming love seat and the chairs to match. Even has the doilies and the cute cushions. And in the back there you have a little lamp and your little tea. And then for the table in the middle, it's a little trunk, which I used to have a trunk. I regret it. When I moved, I sold it. Now I wish I still had it. Anyway, cute, charming little table right there. I love the little rug. And look at that floor. I wish I had that floor in my house someday. But it's so cute and charming there. So I was really trying to get rid of some of the Christmas and try to add make it look more 4th of July. Here's the table, really cute little tea set or coffee. And on top of the fridge, we have our barrel of apples. And look at that red check wallpaper. You got your little sink by the window and your stove top there. Super adorable. I leaned this door on the wall there because I had a Christmas picture. Going upstairs, going to the bathroom. Look how cute. Claw tub. Little toilet right there. Pedestal sink. Adorable. And here's the bed. I added a little flag on there because that was a Christmas cover. the little doggy sitting on the bed, and I put the star on the little bedside table. And then here I added some little 4th of July decorations on the table, and a little flower pot in the back. So that's a little dollhouse that sits in the front room. Tried to make it a little bit more 4th of July like. It's super cute. Anyway, Marie's been too busy to play with it, so or Kathleen, as she's known by most. Anyway, I love it. It's super cute. I don't know, there's something about miniatures. And here we have our little DaniGrace with her haircut. Put on a hat she hated wearing. But this is a real true picture of her with a haircut. Anyway, God bless. Thank you so much for watching, and take care. Happy 4th.